You're listening to WEOP AM 730, the voice of inquiry. It's time for Echoes of Persuasion with your host, Colt Thornton.
Every stage ends with a bow. But in Persuasion, the curtain never really falls. The masks don't disappear. They just change lighting, change platforms, and speak to new crowds. Good evening, I'm Colt Thornton. You're listening to Echoes of Persuasion. What we've examined in this series are not quirks unique to Flat Earth. They are recurring roles in the long theater of belief. The preacher's cadence, the architect's imagery, the purist's creed. These are costumes worn again and again across history, wherever conviction needs to be sold as certainty. The narrative architect persuades by building worlds. He weaves atmosphere into argument, turning speculation into story, and story into a reality his audience can inhabit. Belief is less about winning a debate and more about stepping inside a vision. The preacher-scientist takes another path. His authority rests on rhythm more than reasoning. Charts and instruments are raised like sacred objects, delivered with the cadence of a sermon. Followers are not asked to test his claims, only to trust the conviction behind them. What he offers is not proof, but performance, repeated until certainty feels earned. The doctrinal purist is harsher. Where the architect invites and the preacher reassures, the purist draws the line. Creed becomes fortress. Dissent becomes betrayal. His rigidity grants power, but it also leaves him isolated, less a guide than a sentinel, guarding belief with uncompromising force. Different as they are, these masks thrive on the same stage. Each shifts persuasion away from substance and toward style, from evidence to persona. Belief becomes less about what is claimed and more about who claims it. That is their shared power. Together, these roles form a system. The architect creates the story that draws people in. The preacher reinforces it with rhythm and certainty. The purist locks it down with boundaries and rules. Each alone has limits. Together, they give movements resilience, wonder, conviction, purity. That combination is what makes the masks endure. And the gallery does not end here. Other masks wait in the wings. The salesman, who turns belief into product. The trickster, who slips doubt in through irony. The martyr, who wears persecution as proof. These masks are not confined to Flat Earth. They migrate into politics, wellness industries, online spirituality, even marketing. The costumes change. The mechanics endure. Flat Earth did not invent these roles. It simply gave them a modern stage, lit by live streams and viral feeds. The preacher's cadence, the architect's imagery, the purist's creed. They endure because they appeal to something older than data, the human pull toward certainty, belonging, and conviction. This is why unmasking matters. To recognize the cadence as performance is to blunt its authority. To see the imagery as stagecraft is to resist immersion. To recognize the fortress as brittle is to refuse its grip. Once the mask is seen, the illusion falters. The defense against persuasion disguised as revelation is not louder facts or faster debunks. It is recognition. When you know the mask, you see the play. And once you see the play, you can choose not to act in it. This concludes the Masks of Persuasion series here on Echoes of Persuasion. And always remember, the echoes fade, but persuasion never sleeps.